right, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to, or maybe watching, Fat Fit. Yay! And we're back. Guys, been a while. But
In a month.
yeah, wait. I have to say something here before we start. Like I changed the camera angle a bit wider. Because you might be wondering why it's a bit wider because it seems like it's fit for one person in here. So I have a surprise guest. Where's my surprise guest? I wish I could see maybe a hand. Where's the hand? There's a hand. There's a hand. Yeah, it's a
Yes.
surprise guest. Yeah. Yeah, Galai's not here, so she will be missing the intro. And I don't want to bring her up like, maybe halfway because she might be, I don't know what she's doing at the back. So yeah, get your headphones so you can hear Adam.
Yes. Yay. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, we were thinking earlier how she might come through. I was thinking like I'm gonna let her, pass me this beer, and then
Like
you're gonna wonder which hand, where's that
Sorry.
hand
Yeah.
come from?
Oh, that's great.
Adam.
How are you?
Yeah,
Hi, doing good. It's just a surprise thing because I don't know, I was already here. So
yeah, she was here, and then
I said I can just go upstairs or something.
yeah, and it would be weird if like we're talking here and there's someone's.
No, but that's a good question. Is like if you're in the house while he's doing it, you might as well be on the podcast every time.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't have to be a guest appearance.
Yeah.
This could be a permanent role.
Yeah, so that's why I set up the light differently, and it's what do you call this? Yeah, it's just the angle a bit to make it wider, and then
Yeah.
just so we can see us both in the frame.
It's much better.
Yeah.
It's much better. And we could use like a third person for sure. At least in
Yeah.
this scenario.
Galay missed the grand entrance,
The surprise.
the surprise entrance.
Did you get surprised? I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if you saw
I'm
me earlier.
shocked. I'm still shocked.
Yeah, we were actually thinking earlier how she might do an entrance. She was have this idea of like a hand's gonna it's like a horror movie.
Hands here,
Yeah.
and then I'm the one doing like this to the mic or
to the
something.
mic, I'm adjusting.
Yeah.
Those kind of stuff where I'm thinking and there's a different hand like doing this. Yeah. Yeah, there's Galay. There's Maddie.
How's your jogging? Where's Izzy?
Yeah.
You missed the idea.
Yeah. But just so you know.
I saw Izzy earlier, but I had to hide. Hi, Izzy.
Hi.
Can you
Izzy.
hear us? Can you hear us, Izzy? Hi, Maddie.
Hang on.
Hi.
Say hi, Maddie.
Maddie's a bit
Hi, Maddie.
no, she's
Good
looking at us
morning.
at the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The camera's up here, so it's fine.
Yeah, if you look up
Just-
here, Maddie, it looks like you look at them straight in the eyes.
Hey, Maddie. Is this
Miss
your
Maddie's a
first
bit,
video call or podcast or something?
No, she's just who's this
Who's this?
person?
What? Why is
Mom.
the screen talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
So
this?
I think I saw when Glazer was in the Philippines a picture of y'all. So did y'all meet up at some point? I'm assuming while Glazer was there.
Yeah, for me just once. I think you just didn't
Yeah, you were.
not really
You came to.
yeah, I just came to see you a bit, and then
Yeah.
they were on their way to where Glyza was staying.
The Airbnb.
Yeah, the Airbnb. They did
Yeah.
an overnight. I mean, you can
He-
tell maybe
he-
what did you do there? Yeah, because I was just like pick them up and then they
He
dropped
was
them off.
our driver going to
Yeah.
the
Like a
Airbnb.
driver
That's all you did
to
for a living.
Thank
from
you.
the mall to the the Airbnb place.
Yeah. What we did here was it was very short but sweet. Thank you, Tigalay. So she came here and I bet she was really jet lag and all those, but yet she still showed up and performed her best to be present.
Yeah.
So she booked an Airbnb. Because she had a run on the I think
I think it was on Sunday.
Sunday, and then I think she
Sunday, yeah.
arrived Friday night or something, or
No, I think it was earlier.
earlier.
She
But
was
yeah, she
late,
had to
yeah.
sleep and all that, so she had to
Mhm.
rest. And then on Saturday, that's when we met. So Saturday, her calendar was wall climbing. So we went wall climbing. But before we went wall climbing, we went to the Airbnb. Ace, Jessa, Atiglay and I were in the, and Arlo, we went the Airbnb place, and then Atigalay showed us the hot ones. The
The
yeah,
sauce, hot sauce.
yeah. So
Yeah.
after wall climbing, we actually Atigalay did. She was already asleep because she had to wake up early morning. But yeah, Ace and I tried the hot ones, just the
The
first and
sauce.
the last.
Oh, just the first and the last. So okay,
Yeah.
well, oh, man, I kind of wish you went through the whole thing. But what was it like?
The first one was very good. Like I liked it.
Yeah,
You
probably
haven't
super
tried it
mild.
I
yet.
haven't tried it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it one should be
I like the other
the
one.
it
One
shouldn't
is
even
like,
be spicy, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't
it's
spicy.
just yeah,
yeah.
The
flavor.
last one was spicy. Like I don't think I can. If that was spicy, how much? Oh yeah, that was the last one. But I heard that the bomb was spicier. The nine
The
and
bomb,
10. The
the
bomb.
bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bomb is the worst because I think the
You
way
can
it's been
try.
described to me is even though the last one may be the spiciest on a Scoville level unit ranking,
Yeah.
the bomb is spicy
It's
for
higher.
like absolutely no reason. It's like battery acid. So it's
Yeah.
not even a flavorful
It's not.
spice. It's
There's
just for
no pleasure taste in there. Not even a
no.
It's
bit of
just
sweet. Just like
spicy.
pain
Because
in the
like
mouth.
if you have like Indian food or pho or ramen, and they
Mhm.
give you like a spicy chili oil or like shomai, you can have a flavorful spice that's really hot, but it's like it's built on like solid flavoring versus like
Mhm.
stuff that's hot that's has no reason to be
Just
hot. It's
yeah.
just
The only purpose is just to be miserable. You to be miserable.
For you to be miserable.
It's not
For
and
you
for
why
to
do
cry.
yourself.
not for flavor. Just so just to
But you
burn you.
Yeah.
did you keep you still have the sauces, right? So you still have the full
Yeah.
Yeah.
setup? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we have it. We haven't because I'm thinking because if we're gonna do that, we should be some sort of preparation how to set things up. I should have a desk here where we can because I was thinking we should like I'm joining this through my laptop, but I'm gonna join with. I think you should guys should do it
Second
too.
camera.
Like your phone can join in to this Riverside too, so it will be like a second camera. Just make sure we have it on mute so it won't pick up any sound. But it's just gonna be like even just steady on the wings. Maybe
The
put it on the side just
shoulders.
so it's in there, and I'll just cut it. If you ever to swap, as long as we have, because it we have something that's a camera for the food we're eating. Just so, because
Yes.
it would be annoying to just if we keep on like bringing it up and then bringing it down while you're
Oh
eating.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got to be dynamic, and so we could have two like
Even just a phone, like even your phone, like join in the same way, and then it's up to you how you put it in. It's better to be overhead, but it's hard to like have a stand to put it overhead. So it could be like maybe just at the side, as long as it like the main subject of that camera is like even your desk. As long we can just swap. So I can
I
just
think
swap
they're
the
thinking
angles
of
even
the
as long as we're
setup.
recording.
Like how's your setup with Atigalay over there? Like how do you place
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, if you can still place it at the front, like you can have the chicken wings at your desk as long as there's space, and then you just put maybe a camera, like the example this phone,
Yeah.
maybe just a stand here, maybe like angled in there, just
yeah.
so it doesn't have to be like those professional where it's overhead. Usually it's overhead what they do.
That would be nice. We
Yeah.
we could play around with that though, because we could have the shot across the table, so you have like the wing, like it's like set up,
Right.
and then we have another like sort of side angle shot, and then I could set up my GoPro as like a third
Mhm.
camera. I also have a DSLR. We could get like four angles,
Mm.
and then just like clap to sync all the audio, and
Mm.
we could play around with
If
different
we're
angles.
actually using Riverside, we can just have the audio. Like this is just the main. Because I was thinking about it, like if we have multiple cameras, we'll just record everything through Riverside, and then the audio will be just from this one. The like these are the main. So the other ones will be just on mute. We'll just need it
Oh
for the
yeah. Oh,
visuals.
I didn't think about
Yeah,
that. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Um,
Because I think we only need our mics for this one. Yeah, just
yeah.
so we have like a shot for the other things that we're doing. You know.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
I want to
that's what I
say
was thinking. Yeah.
right now. So it's August 3rd. We move into the new house August 20th. Or
Oh, wow, you're moving.
we the new house, we signed the paperwork August 20th. So after this week, we're going to the beach for the last 2.5 weeks or 2 weeks before we move into the new house. So we either do it at the beach, which definitely can, or we wait until we move into the new house and then we have the new house set up. I promise you this, once we move into the new house, this podcast will go back to being like every week because we'll have our setup, all the stuff.
Own.
Storage is it's made it really hard to balance everything. So I appreciate your patience because
No,
we've
it's fine. It's fine.
one straight and it bothers me so bad. But all that being said, we're gonna have a really great setup in the new house, and we've got our lighting system set up. We'll have actual like podcast rigs, like what you have.
Oh, yeah, this one. Yeah.
We're fully committed. It's just a really awkward time for us right now. So thank you for bearing with us. But
Yeah,
I
it's
love-
fine. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's fine as long as we can. Because it should be. I'm trying to save that like the hot ones things. Like we should be like at least comfortable, with the setup because it's gonna be like a new setup for us. And every time we have like a new setup, there's always like those technical stuff. So I hope, yeah,
It's the only thing that's constant. It's always,
yeah,
and I'm bad with computers.
yeah. And then Isa's gonna be preparing for the questions too. So I think I'm gonna need the setup change a bit for her. I might give her like a different camera just so it will like look like an interview for her.
It's gonna be
we'll see.
like geometry, like
like
logarithm
calculus stuff. Yeah,
and I'm kidding. No, if you guys are okay, it's gonna be personal questions.
It's fine. It's
Yeah,
Like any-
as personal as you want. If I don't want to tell you the truth, I'll just lie.
You'll just dab. What do you call it? Like
dab.
Truth and dab.
Truth or dab. Yep. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And you can do it like the Sean Evans style, like interview style, where he asks the questions that make you think.
Yeah,
I like
I,
I
that's
know
what
you
I
do.
love about Hot Ones or Sean Evans.
Yeah.
He asks
great.
great questions.
Yeah.
Very thoughtful.
He has his intel is like I don't know, maybe he paid a lot also for those
Researchers.
researchers he did because sometimes his questions are like it really surprises the guests, like how did you know that you it even feels like he has his own like CIA. Maybe he paid some CIA people just to research on
I
this.
say that he's got some sort of intelligence hookup. It really comes down to just like being thoughtful about your questions. How many interviews do you see online, especially like late night television, Jimmy Fallon and stuff? They never get past the surface level of, oh, you've got a new movie coming out. How's your life? Do you have a funny story to tell? All right, it was nice seeing you. Whereas like, if you want to truly get through to somebody, you have to have a well thought out question. And what happens when you have a well thought out question is you get a well thought out answer in response to that. That's how you engage someone to actually think and give something that's authentic. Is you come prepared with what do you want to know about this person and how do you ask it in a way that opens them up. So the interviewer is a very important piece of that.
Yeah, because the whole segment is not really that long, right? I don't think it takes really hours,
No.
or maybe they cut it, right?
I'm sure they cut a
maybe
lot.
I cut already.
Yeah, because I don't. Yeah, it's not really like a 3 hour thing, right?
Yeah.
It's usually
It
like
could be
even like
long.
minutes. I think it's like
30
half an
minutes
hour, or maybe
Yeah.
that's just the final cut, right? The
Oh,
final. Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay is a really good one. If you haven't seen his episode of Hot Ones,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Gordon
You gotta watch
Ramsay,
it.
the chef, right?
Yeah, the chef, the famous
He's the famous chef.
Hell's
the British
Kitchen.
guy.
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen chef. Like
At one point, he took lemon juice and was like
Yeah.
squirting in his mouth. Conan O'Brien is another really good one. Conan O'Brien.
Conan. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what's that?
That's ringing.
Oh, it's a grandfather clock.
Yeah, it's a grandfather clock. It rings a bell every time an hour starts.
Oh, and it's
Even though
already
it's
like 10.
hour
Oh no, 9. Still 9 there.
Maybe everything. It's a grandfather clock.
Yeah, because it's his grandpa's house.
Oh,
So
literally,
it's
okay.
a father's clock, right?
Yeah.
Literally, it is a clock that belongs to my grandfather, but it is also a grandfather clock.
I don't know how to play. Yeah.
Um, it's actually built in 1897 was when it
Oh
was
wow!
made.
So it's the real those mechanical.
Yes,
It has those mechanical parts in it.
wind it up, and it is like totally legit. It's worth a
Mhm.
ton of money.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, this
They
especially
got
this
it.
time, right? Yeah.
The story about how they got it is crazy. I think there was a guy that robbed a bunch of these clocks and was trying to get rid of them, and so he sold it for really cheap to my grandpa's family in the early 1900s. This is my great great grandfather's
Yeah.
family. And then it was in the family for so long, my grandfather took it to get appraised. And the guy that took it in was like, oh my gosh, this is so and so clock. I'll give you anything for this, or I'll pay you, $10,000 for this clock. And he was like, "Oh, I'm
Mhm.
not going to sell it,"
So that guy's.
but it is. I forget the value of it, but
Yeah, I forget
it's
how.
you know,
Yeah, it would be funny because he's the clock burglar, and then he's gonna steal like 100 of them. Turns out it's a bad idea because every hour is gonna be like so noisy. Like, who
Yeah.
stole our clock? And there's one house gonna be like, ding, ding. Like
oh,
who stole?
shut up, shut up.
Like
Yeah,
who might steal our clock? Right? And there's like one house keep ringing like every hour, like so noisy.
yeah,
Like
and like
ding.
every house on the block had the same clock because he went to everyone and was like selling them.
Yeah,
I don't know how stolen property was dealt with back then, but
yeah. Why would you
kind
steal that? Well, maybe maybe it's already
So,
expensive back then, right? Because it's mechanical. Yeah, like it's a
oh yeah,
luxury having that. Maybe
even
I would
then,
get it why it's so expensive right now because maybe it's because it's a collector's item. Because no one really makes.
yeah,
I'm just thinking
that's
maybe no one really makes the same way. Now it could be like battery operated. No,
mm.
yeah, but that's a bad idea for the appraiser, right? When he told your grandpa like, "Oh, this
yeah.
is worth $10,000." So yeah, I'm not selling that anymore.
He showed his hand early on. I think my grandfather said he wasn't trying to sell it. No, it's 1879. I'm reading it right now. 1879.
Oh wow, and it's
Um,
still working. That's cool.
and but I think he said early on, he was like, "I'm not trying to sell this. I'm just wondering, like, if you can tell me what this is." And
Mm,
so he was honest about it. But so if you ever want to sell it, let me know.
yeah.
Um, but speaking
Eh,
of clocks and
mm.
time, uh, did you see? Is it too late to talk about the Coldplay
That's
concert?
why I was thinking like, what song Coldplay song is has clocks in it?
Um,
Do they have a
that's,
clock?
they have a clock song, right?
I think it's a different. Uh,
It's a bad segue, but
s-
I'm assuming you did
speaking
see.
speaking of
Coldplay.
Speaking of Coldplay,
they
stealing.
haven't
Speaking of stealing
they haven't made a single
things. Yeah,
for so long,
yeah,
I
but they
know.
made 4 in one night.
yeah. That was the
Oh,
biggest joke about it. No,
I think
that's good. Did you make that up?
no,
no.
she found it. She found it online. So
I
she
That
found
found
it
was
it.
really
online.
good.
I mean, they're like haven't made a single for a long time. They made 4 singles in one
One
night.
night.
Yeah,
That's really clever.
yeah, that's very good. I'm trying to remember where I found. Yeah. So speaking of stealing of something that's not yours, right? Kidding,
Oh,
I'm
that's
kidding.
it. Yeah.
I'm kidding. Yeah, I,
Speaking of
I
something that
remember
does,
like the first time I've seen that, and then I don't know why I was laughing so hard. It's like I think I was telling you this story, right? I was laughing so hard because it's just like of all the times that you can be caught cheating, it could be it would be like in a concert, like that's a very bad time you get caught cheating, and then the reaction was so trending that like if it wasn't that special, like if it wasn't that funny, and then for me it was funny for me, like they were really because they reacted like they got caught and it was in a jumbo cam.
yeah,
If their reaction wasn't that um like guilty, it would be fine. But since the reaction was it looked like they were doing something wrong, and then the internet supported, oh, they're actually cheating, this the CEO, blah blah blah. So that was like so funny for me because like it's like a scene from a movie, right? If you think about it, like it's not it almost didn't feel like real, like it almost like a show, like it's like It's like a turning point in a show, right? How they got caught. It's
Oh
of
yeah.
like a Coldplay concert. It's almost like a comedy show, right? Getting caught
Yeah,
in
if
a
it was a
Coldplay
comedy, it
concert.
would be
Yeah.
funny.
So and they brought the attention to themselves, and well, I was going to share screens, but it's not letting me. It's called there's a term for this. It's called the Barbara Streisand effect. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it. I forgot the.
Um,
Yeah, I think heard of it
yeah.
on shows. Yeah.
So the Barbara Streisand effect, it's a phenomenon where an attempt to hide, remove, or censor information backfires, resulting in the information becoming more widely publicized, often facilitated by the internet. So it's spot on in this case. And it all started with the American singer Barbara Streisand in 2003. She unsuccessfully attempted to suppress an aerial photograph of her Malibu mansion from public archive, and it led to widespread media attention and increased viewership of the image because she tried to suppress it. And so people got more and more interested in the image of her Malibu mansion that paparazzi started flying drones and helicopters over the mansion.
Just to see it. Yeah.
And everyone was talking about it just to see it. Like, why does Barbara Streisand not want us to see her mansion? So it very much is this crazy phenomenon. And the internet culture is probably a little toxic. I'm sure we're all happy to see a billionaire fall. But, you know, if they'd have just waved and, oh, hi.
Yeah, even continued dancing, it wouldn't be like, play it cool. Play it cool.
But
Yeah.
that reaction.
Yeah.
And to actually go to a public place with someone that's not your wife, like, how could you not think that someone would
Yeah,
see you?
that's one interesting about it because I've heard it in one of the podcasts, like Flagrant. I think Charlemagne. I don't know if you know, like Charlemagne the God is like also a radio, but he does podcast. He actually make a good point because he was saying like it felt like I know what he believe is the spouses, both of the spouses already know about it because if you're cheating, technically if you say you're cheating, you wouldn't do that like because you have to go into the concert, so there's gonna be people who are gonna see you like in that place, so it's probably like they like it the spouses will already know, some people, like a lot of people already know, it's just like took off because it was like a Coldplay concert and then it got to the internet, so he was saying that I'd be like the spouses already know, she would have they were thinking about that, there might even be like divorce already, like it's not verified, but they may. He was saying like he thinks it's already like the wife of the CEO already knows that's and she just maybe they're like have a way of they have just have an agreement about it,
Yeah.
because you wouldn't really, because he was saying like if you're really cheating you wouldn't do it that in a public place, you should be it's even like there's no attempt of even hiding it, right? That's how it looked like for him. Yeah. And then because it's a comedy podcast they're doing, so his thing was also like when you look at the girl, like it doesn't look like the like the girl is not really pretty enough to be called like the CEO's cheating on his wife. It's kind of like that. It was just funny. I was because it looked like they're like the same age, and then if you're cheating, like you're secretly cheating, it would be like you would expect like, oh, it should be like a younger 20-year-old girl, blah blah blah, because he's a CEO. But that thing, it looked like, yeah, I think it looked like they're in a relationship like already, and that everyone know about it. It's just like maybe not what they call it. It's like everyone knows, but it's just like no one talks about it. I think that was his point in that.
That's his
Like,
take.
yeah, his take on it. Yeah, it's just interesting to because he was saying like if you're really like trying to hide it, you wouldn't go to a public concert to
I don't
to
know
watch
what,
it. Yeah,
I don't
I
know
don't
what
know.
was in
Yeah,
their mind. I don't know. With the girl's reaction, it seems like yeah, it seems like the people,
yeah, they didn't want to be
her
seen.
personal, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Was it it might be like a VIP. Was it a VIP seat?
I don't
Maybe, right?
know.
Yeah.
Well, and they were definitely like inexpensive seats, and I'm assuming in terms of like audience engagement. The person who's working the video thing is probably like, all right, we're going to definitely get some shots of people that paid a lot of money to be here, get them on the
Yeah.
jumbotron. Louis, I want to hear Issa's take on you saying that she wasn't pretty enough to be someone who's
No, no,
on.
it's not.
So
So
I'm
mean.
No,
what's the,
I was just saying that it was the from the podcast that I read. So I was
yeah. I
it
was
made me
just
laugh. Where
let's
he
make
was
that
saying
your,
like, if you were cheating, should be like someone prettier. Now.
it should
It
be
was,
someone that's like 20 years old and
yeah.
yeah.
If you're
And
risking your if you're risking half of your state, it's just funny how they frame it.
just and there's also a conspiracy that some people think that the wife of the billionaire
Set it
like
up. Yeah.
set it up to have them
Mhm.
exposed, which is an interesting theory. Like it was done on purpose, maybe
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good
It's
conspiracy. I've heard of that. Like, it's a conspiracy theory. Like, the wife already know, but she just wants something for the for the
the divorce.
divorce to be in her favor. So she knew that. Like, it's a good story. I don't know if it's true, but yeah, it's just good to think about. Like, she knew about it, so she paid the camera guy
camera.
to. This guy is gonna be in this seat. Blah blah blah. CEO, make sure to. That's one conspiracy theory. And there's another one. Like, it's also fascinating. It's fascinating. It's fun to think about. Like, they were saying like maybe like there's a company who wants to buy Astronomer, and then they
Mm-hmm.
want to devalue it, so
Oh,
they
okay.
use the resources to set up to make the CEO look bad, and then they can just like and then the negotiations are gonna be like, oh, they're gonna devalue the company because blah 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 because of the bad press, and then they're gonna end up buying the company. That's also like one's conspiracy. Yeah,
That's
it's
Oh
fun to
my
like
god.
imagine. Like it's like from a
It's
good
so
book. Right?
messy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very messy. That's what I can
it's,
say.
it's
yeah.
entirely possible. Like this, I mean, while those are interesting theories, this may just be one of those cases where it was a slow news day. Like there wasn't much
Mhm.
being reported on, and the internet desperately. I hate to bring it up, but it is similar to the Hawk Tuah girl
Yeah.
um,
It's like a
back
magical moment, right? A magical
last
moment.
year.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
magical moment, Louis.
No, I mean,
Wait,
it's magical. It's like if she's done that like any other time, it wouldn't be
yeah,
that trending. Like that's
I see.
because no one really understands why it was like why it was big, right? It's just like interesting
No,
at that time. At that, yeah.
the internet
No, I
needed
mean
some
magical for her. Like it made her. I think it made her rich, but I think she in trouble afterwards because of maybe selling some
crypto
um
scam.
crypto. Yeah, it's like a crypto scam. So most probably someone used her because she's already trending, and then she signed. I know. Maybe I think it's that. I don't know what the details are, but it looked like that. Like maybe someone like used it as a scam, and then it was her image, and then people were buying it, and then yeah, we failed, and now she's. I think she's hiding now. I don't know if she's on a
Well,
podcast
you
anymore.
you either die a hero or you live long enough to be involved in a crypto scam.
The scam, yeah. They changed the code now. It's just,
Um,
yeah.
and but it's this perfect spot of the internet, and it kind of shows the really interesting things about the internet. How we can all jump on a meme or an
Mhm,
event, and everyone was like parodying it, and it was all over
mhm.
Instagram, like people talking about it, and but then it also shows the negative, toxic side of Instagram, where we really there's a lot of enjoyment in the destroying of
Like the
events.
Yeah.
And even
downfall of
though,
a king.
yeah, of a king, and he's got
Yeah.
kids and he's got a wife, and that's
Yeah, that's
really
the sad part when people post their like the picture of his wife and kids. Yeah.
that's
I feel bad for the family
The
because of course
family,
people's gonna
yeah.
talk about, hey, that's your that yeah that, I don't even want to like, hey, isn't that your
And it's
mom? That's the HR.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you don't want that.
two things can be true. It can be you can say, well, he was cheating. Doesn't he deserve to be exposed? Yes,
I mean,
sure. It is also sad.
yeah.
It's a car wreck that you drive by and you're like, oh no, I hope they're okay,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and everyone stops
Yeah.
and looks, and
Mhm.
everyone can't help it. It's there's not really a lesson to be learned here. It's just a sad thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I feel bad for
the
More for
family.
the family. For the
Yeah.
CEO, come on, he can handle
I
those.
mean,
I mean,
he
I
knows the
just
consequences,
yeah,
you know.
I feel bad. It's even
I
funny
mean,
because at the videos I was showing you, because they do the kiss cam right in those games like the even baseball or other
uh,
games, and then the mascots are like picking fun of them because
yeah,
when the kiss cam goes, they're gonna do like the they're gonna do like
yeah,
the dancing in the back, and then they try to hide, and then even like people they
yeah,
do the kiss cam, and then they do the because everyone knows that reaction is, oh, it's the astronomer
yeah.
CEO
They're
thing, yeah.
making fun of it
Yeah, it's
now.
funny, but yeah, I feel bad for the
The
because
family.
those are the things that we see. Like imagine like what like people who they know, right? They're gonna be, for example, it's like, oh, hey, it's Bob. It's on the internet again. Then
Yeah.
yeah, I feel bad for because I don't know how old his kids are, especially if they're like teenagers. It would be like it's tough for them. Even if I think even if they know that they know that something's going on in their house, but it's so much different when like the entire world knows that something's going. Yeah, that's I don't know how I don't know if they're gonna recover from that. I don't know how
Probably.
they
Yeah.
They have the internet.
yeah
And then, someone said, I bet the astronomer CEO is hoping for World War III, like just praying for
yeah just so hoping for the world to end,
anything.
just so there's a bigger problem than this one.
To
Give me
change
some-
the, you know,
yeah, get
the
someone.
yeah.
light to someone.
Yeah.
And also, I was like, astronomer CEO. I was like, there was an astronomer? Like, I thought he was looking at stars. I'm like, I never knew the
that's
company.
that's
Another
even
conspiracy is like, oh, well, not conspiracy, but a joke was like, if one to be in the astronomer like Slack channel or Teams channel the next day, where they're like, "Oh my gosh, our internet activity is up 800%." You know,
people
uh, and
people
then
are
they
like
look at the news
yeah
um, and they figure out like, "Oh no, this is
uh,
not good,"
it's like
or maybe it is good. Maybe no news is good news,
yeah
or bad publicity is good publicity.
yeah good press or yeah
Bad
publicity.
publicity is still publicity.
Their
So
like marketing is like we're getting a lot of mentions in the internet. Wow,
yeah.
this we're
That's what
gonna
Louis did. You looked up
yeah. I didn't
astronomer.
know about the company. I mean, I even it's from another podcast. It's the same thoughts as Adam. Like I even thought it was like a real astronomer that got in trouble. So it was like the company was his name Astronomer, and I didn't hear about it. So I look up the company. What do they do? Blah blah. And for sure, I'm not the only one who's looking them up. So their site will be like um maybe there's a lot of traffic going into that company, but I'm not sure how they can use it. Like they, yes, we're aware of that, but I could also see like even their existing clients might even use that as a bargaining, like way your leadership is not a good like example, or this is gonna reflect in the company culture, because aside
Yeah.
from it's a CEO and the head of HR is have
Yeah.
an
Oh
affair. I
yeah,
mean, it's
now it's just
it,
HR.
it's almost like it, it's like a yeah, like I said, it's like a good story. Like you can even see that scene, oh, the CEO cheating with the head of HR. It's like it's like I wouldn't say typical, but it's like a good, like everyone can think like you can think about that in a story. Like, oh, is the head CEO cheating with the who could the CEO be cheating with? Oh, it should be head of HR. So it's a good
Yeah,
story, so he won't be in trouble. So it's um if you're the client of that company, you would even think like, hey, how can we trust, like how can we trust you, blah blah. Even though if they're like they provide a good service, you can even go at that angle like, wait, I'm not sure, like yeah, it would be a nightmare for those, like if they're negotiating something. Yeah, I would think like other people could maybe use it as a bargaining chip, like, oh, you couldn't be that worth this much because like the integrity of the company is already I know. Yeah, I can
Mhm.
see people taking advantage of that. Yeah, that unfortunate if
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I mean, I guess the lesson that we can learn from that, or them themselves, is to really think about your actions. I mean, before you actually decide on something, think about the consequences. Because I mean, darkness always goes to light eventually. You know.
Mhm. If you're
yeah.
not willing
Darkness.
to, there should be a quote in that, right? You should be
Yeah.
willing to
There's a
face the consequences if you
there's a verse on
take
that. I
on.
forgot the
Yeah,
verse, but yeah, darkness will
yeah,
always come to light.
you should be prepared for the consequences, like you're
I mean,
No one's
Even
gonna
if,
stop you from doing anything, but you should be prepared of the consequences of
yeah.
the of your actions.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, even if it's not directly affecting you, if you do something like incorrect or immoral, it's going to affect something else. You know,
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
have an example right now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Or maybe go to a different concert, right? Where they'll do, because I've heard like who's the lead? It's a joke. I'm not saying. I heard who's the lead vocalist in Oasis? Because I think
Uh,
there's also
Gallagher.
like, yeah, I've read like he was saying that like we're not gonna do that those like Coldplay and then
Yeah.
I think the title was like Oasis singer says it's okay to cheat in his concert or something like that. Like it was,
Well,
they were doing it in that angle because
we
they were,
can go somewhere between condoning it and exposing it. Now, to go another biblical route, and I'm not as in tune as you are, Isa, but there's also the thought of like, is it how does it go? He who is without sin may cast the first stone.
Mm.
You know, and another take on it was like, hey guys, yes, he's done wrong, but there's a lot of, and then I'm sure a lot of the CEOs are looking around like, oh gosh, I should hide my affair a little bit better.
mm-hmm.
Everyone kind of looks at themselves like, what are we doing that hasn't been exposed, and is it right for us to drag him through the coals and to you know vilify
Right.
Yeah,
him?
Yeah,
I-
that's
yeah,
true. Like,
yeah. And then if you're, because you've seen there's talks also of, because they have a co-worker in there, right? I think you've seen that, Adam, like the other girl
the
in
other
there,
girl.
and then there were some people are bashing her because this girl just got promoted this year, and then so they were making the narrative, oh, she only got promoted because she knew about the affair. That one. It also brings like, if you know, yeah, that's the thing, because it's so hard. Um, well, first of all, you don't do that. I don't do that. If you want to um be with that, if he's the CEO, like he knows there's um consequences. If he's like, I know if you're a guy with integrity, you should have like do it the what do you call this? Either you stop it or you make you wait for you to be separated like legally first before you actually do
Engaged
the,
in, yeah.
yeah, it's for sure it's like a, if you're a guy who's like in that position, you're not really stupid, right? You can't be you can't be so, I don't know why would you, I don't know why would he do that. But main thing is, of course, you don't cheat on your wife and family. Like that's one thing. And for
Mm.
people also bashing, like, I think people, it's so they have this in MMA, right? They always say like they don't want to um for, it's like kicking someone because he's already down. It's that kind
Mm.
of the narrative. Like so that's what they're doing, because since he's already like, he's, it's like his downfall, and then
Mm.
you're actually to like to pile on the other people, like throwing negative stuff in him. So it's not, it's actually not honorable to do. So it's like an MMA where the guy's already down and you're, because the honorable thing is you stop, you stop, or
You don't
the and then
pile
some
up
people,
stuff.
yeah, you don't really like kick him when he's down or something. It's that kind of like stuff.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
like
I think someone also said like the internet's gonna internet,
the internet's
the
the internet. But yeah, I
they're
mean,
gonna internet stuff. The internet's gonna do internet stuff, so that's you can't really control that.
yeah, but it is kind of, I mean, if you were in that position, I mean, it is kind of sad, and I mean, for the family especially,
Yeah,
it's,
that's
that's
the
the
sad thing about
sad
this.
thing.
Yeah,
And some people would judge you for it, like I don't
yeah,
know, his circle or something, or even both of them, their circle, but and I'm pretty sure they really feel like, I hope they feel very guilty, and like they won't think of doing it again. But yeah, those people will just keep piling on you, like you feel
yeah,
so, you feel so evil or dark or something.
yeah.
And people, I think on our side, like we're the ones who's actually like making fun of them or something. But I think with if you without sin cast the first stone, it's like, you're right, it's like even that particular sin, we might had not have done that, but we have done other things,
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
like, who are we
Yeah.
to judge? And
Yeah.
And
I'm not saying I don't, but
you can tie
same.
the both together. Like you can tie the fact that we have things that have not yet been exposed, our darkness that has not yet come to light,
Right.
and we feel righteous or in a place where we can judge someone else. And it just hasn't been our time yet to be exposed. Maybe not on that scale, but
Yeah.
eventually, your darkness, like you said, will come to light for all of us.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the good that can come from this is for those that are in tune with spirituality and goodwill is like, okay, what was there? We can learn a lesson of some sort. I'm sure we can put something together to have some positive come
Yeah.
from.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we can. That's where you learn grace. That's where you give grace. I mean,
That's the word,
Yeah.
grace. That's the title of the episode.
Grace.
We nailed it. We
Grace.
got there. It took us an hour or 40 minutes, but we are there.
Yeah. Grace. Probably like imagine like he, I would imagine the CEO like being afraid to open his phone, right? Those
yeah.
stuff like he's like
Oh yeah, burn the
it would
phone.
be like
Break the
I
phone in
would
half.
see like people like tagging his, there would be people who would tag his like Instagram handle and then Facebook. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah. So
poor guy. I don't know his name
yeah.
though. What's his name?
Yeah, I didn't know. I just know Astronomer CEO. I didn't even
Yeah.
look up the name of the
He doesn't have a name.
HR.
It's
Yeah.
just Astronomer CEO. That's his name.
Yeah. Yeah. Astronomer CEO. Good
So
company. It's like, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for them. He
Other,
stepped down, right? He stepped down, or I think he
I
should.
heard he
He
resigned,
resigned,
but I'm not sure about that news.
yeah, he probably resigned. So maybe, but I think he would
Both
probably
of them?
still own.
Both of them?
he did. He
Uh,
resigned, and then I think she got. I think she got let go
yeah,
as well.
I wouldn't imagine like if you're the head of HR and then you won't really have credibility anymore. Like you can't really call someone to your office and then that person's gonna say, "Man, hey, babe, what? I'm getting reprimanded because of this. You were cheating with your." I don't know. I don't know. It was. Uh, it's not really a good look for because you're the head of HR. You're the one. You're supposed to be the one. Um, you're gonna report these stuff to HR, and then but if the
Well,
HR is like,
She
that's
reports
another
stuff to herself.
one person pointed out, and I don't know if this is actually true, but it kind of makes sense. Like HR is more protecting the company than it is to protect the employee. HR is like primary focus is company protection. They're going to side with the company on most cases. Now, in this case, it's obviously way inappropriate, but HR isn't necessarily always on your side. At least in an
yeah,
American company, um, they will side with the company. Um, they don't always have your best interests in mind.
mhm,
So
true, yeah.
take that for what it's worth. I also saw that the Astronomer CEO was going to sue Coldplay.
Oh, I've read that. I'm not sure if even they
Could
already
they do
pushed, but
that?
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
what?
There's an angle for when I was reading it. Yeah, it could be there's an angle because
they
I
didn't
think he was
consent
saying
to
like
it.
yeah I didn't consent to being recorded or stuff.
But it was like a public event.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
I
no
can say
way.
it's a good. They have a case, but I don't think they will win it. It's a
No, yeah, you're right.
yeah
I see what you mean,
yeah
Lily. Like
yeah
there's there's an angle, and it's kind of like a Hail Mary. I,
hmm
it's over. The damage is done. A
hmm
lawsuit's not going to save your reputation. That is
yeah.
never coming back. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I think it's just a way to, maybe some advice from his lawyers, like we can just actually do this. But turns out like people are gonna like hate you more, right? If you're doing-
Just unhide. Just find a
yeah,
cabin somewhere to just
hmm
sit in nature. Turn your
yeah. I
phone off.
should be do those like a retreat, maybe for a month, and hope something, like I said, like hoping. hoping World War III is gonna come just so people's gonna
No,
forget.
Something big,
a
please.
bigger
Trump, do
problem.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, something.
but
Yeah.
so what else is going on? Is there anything else that that so I know we talked briefly about Liza's mom.
Oh
So
yeah,
she
it's before
came to the
the
U.S. for the
yeah.
first time. I wanted to share a few kind of
Yeah.
um, like if you can put yourself in the shoes, and Louis, you can actually do this because you came to the U.S. for the first time. Sometime was it 2015 that you first came?
2014 and then 14. Yeah.
14. Um, but you came in a much different life stage than Guy's mom.
Mhm.
Obviously, like
Mhm.
you're young, you're energetic, you're ambitious, and you come to a big
Mhm.
company with a community of Filipinos that you work with. You know, Guy's mom is coming here to live with us, and we're in my grandfather's house, so it's a little awkward and
Mhm.
unusual for her, I'm sure. I think it's a very brave thing to leave your country and to come somewhere else that you're unfamiliar with. The thing with Guy's mom is she's got this poker face where we'll do something, I'll show her something, I'll look at her to get a reaction, and she's just like, well, what?
Blank. Just blank.
So what does your mom think about, so we were talking about like evergreen trees, and I'm excited to
Mhm.
show her fall and winter where the leaves actually fall off the trees and it gets cold
Mhm.
outside, like things that she hasn't normally
Yeah,
experienced.
see here. Yeah.
But so far, she's just kind of chugging right along and enjoying it. But I haven't gotten the like big reaction yet of anything that's wowed her. But I know that the road systems are impressive for her, where we can
Yeah.
get on the interstate and just go like
Yeah.
super fast for a long period of time and cover much more distance than we could ever cover in Cebu.
Mhm. The
But
roads
it's
are
been
even
good.
wider. Oh, yeah. Are you planning for a long trip, like a long land trip, or not yet?
So yes, we are driving to Helen, Georgia this weekend, or the girls are with Glyza's mom. Um,
Mhm.
I'm actually going to San Diego for a work conference, so I can't make it. But
Oh, okay.
they're going with the rest of my family to Helen, Georgia. So it's near Atlanta, kind of. It's in the mountains
Mm.
in Georgia. And then after that, they're going to the beach to stay with my parents. So they're going to be all over. So she'll see a lot
Mhm.
of. I know she'll be excited to see the mountains, and then she'll go all the way to the beach and see that. And by,
Mhm.
by the time they get back from there, that's when it's time for us to move into the new house, and then we'll finally
Mhm.
be done with all this crazy travel for a little bit. Um, but all that is to say, we're really happy to have her. I don't know how long she'll stay. She's welcome to stay forever. Um,
Yeah.
but I think inevitably there will come a time where you just kind of miss home.
Mm.
So we'll go back frequently. We're actually going back in January to the Philippines. Um,
Mhm.
Oh,
uh, and I
That's
forget why. I know there's an important reason.
yeah. I
But,
wonder what's going
oh, the
on in
Cebu
January.
Marathon.
Oh, Cebu
oh,
Marathon. Yeah.
that must be it. Yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah, it's a
But
very big thing too.
Ate
Yeah.
Galay ran on Sunday
Yeah.
here when she was here. She
But yeah,
ran.
I was even
That's
surprised
why
when
she
you
had
said
to
that thing.
sleep
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Hmm.
bro,
It's like, oh,
and
you
I've been
went here just to run
Yeah.
for, just to run.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Ate Galay. Yeah,
she's
that's
incredible.
cool.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get her to run for so long,
Mhm.
and you may know this. I mean, you're a relatively new couple, but I know that
Mhm.
you're probably getting to this phase where at a certain point, I can give Liza really good advice and I can
Yeah.
encourage her to run, but until it comes from someone else, she
Yeah.
won't she won't take it because we're too
Yeah.
close. Like I'm too close to her for her to take good advice sometimes. But
Mhm.
the minute someone else is like, "Oh, I'm running," or her sister's running, she's like, "I'm gonna start running." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"You should
I
do it,
have.
guys. I'm so excited for you." She's like, "Don't say anything because I'll stop doing it." And
Yeah. Even I think I don't know if I shared this to you before. Like it's one of my realizations before. Like it could be. Um, I think it was like the iron thing. I was telling you about the iron thing because I like
Share it again.
no, I think I shared it in this podcast before. Like it's like iron. Like one of our teachers were saying like, Oh, iron. When you build a structure, we have iron like as a foundations, no? And then we also have iron in the when you eat. I think broccoli you can eat. There's iron in there. So the
Mm-hmm.
vitamins you can have iron. And then he was asking like, why is it? So why can't you just eat the one from those buildings? Why you can eat iron in there?
Oh.
So that's was a big question. And then the answer was I don't even know if that was the this is the correct answer, but she was saying like because our metabolism wouldn't recognize that iron. So when we eat that, it will be poison for us. But if we take it from the food that we eat, our body will recognize, oh, this is iron, so I can pull it from here. So even though they're both Fe in the in the
Mm-hmm.
what they call this the chart again
Periodic table.
uh
Table
the
of
periodic table is still Fe, but it's bonded with other stuff, so our body wouldn't recognize it even though it's the same. So it's like more what would it relate for. It's same as like advice, right? If you can have the same advice, but the the medium or the person telling the advice is somewhat even more important than the advice itself, because even though the parent it's common for us like our parents could say, hey, don't do this, blah blah blah, and then usually if you're the especially if you're a teenager, you're gonna be like, nah, I don't believe it. But if you hear it from your friend, even though it's the same advice, you will make an effort to do it. And it's also the same with people you respect. Like there's some people, there's someone like, oh, you look up to this person, blah blah, and he's telling the same thing. If you hear the same advice from someone you don't really
Mm.
respect that much, you're gonna be like, I don't know, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then this person like you look up and then this thing telling the same, like even just like eat this, blah blah, and then you're gonna, oh yeah, he's making sense, right? Yeah. So the medium or like how you got the advice is actually more important than the advice itself, because they could be saying the same thing, but if it's coming from someone, I mean, it's not necessarily like respect them. It's just the sometimes like information from this certain person, you tend to like absorb it more than than other people, like even though it's the same, like you get
Yeah.
my
Yeah, I think I
mm,
understand it. I
yeah,
mean, sometimes maybe it's just relationship. Like, I think familiarity or some things, like you're too familiar with that person already. It's like, so yeah,
yeah,
the medium, like you're already too familiar with that person. It's like,
mhm,
you just, I don't know, you just want a second opinion or something. I don't know.
yeah,
But in another angle, like, for example, in sales, which I've done for like
like for
insurance, right?
years, yeah,
Yeah. So, um, some people said that when you try to sell something to your family, they don't really or
yeah,
they don't really believe in what you're selling or something.
mm,
But you when you sell to other people, that's they're more they believe you more or something
yeah,
or
they're more
something.
open to,
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe because according to them is they know your history or they know who you are, so like
yeah,
in the house you're not so organized or something,
yeah,
or that affects their like view of who you are, so like
mhm,
they don't believe you because
yeah.
of that.
Mm.
So yeah.
Like they remember the version of you where you were struggling with math,
Yeah,
those kind
yes.
of stuff,
Those
and then
kind
now
of
you're
stuff.
giving me life
Yeah.
advice. They won't really believe.
So even though you've already changed or something, but that
Yeah.
sticks, the your history is stuck with them.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
coming in with a fresh perspective
Yeah.
on anything that you say,
Mhm.
because any relationship that you're in, especially a marriage or an engagement, everything is tied together, and good and bad. And guys and I have a really good relationship 95% of the time. It's so positive and so supportive, and we can have really deep conversations, and then we can have very silly, funny, like
Mhm.
observations and laugh at things. But it's just some of those bigger moments where I'm like, maybe your partner needs help or inspiration or is feeling down and needs to be brought up. You'll find that sometimes you just can't make the connection that you need, and it needs to come from someone else. So I'll go as far as saying like, Glaza has a really close relationship with my father. So sometimes I'll talk to my dad and be like, hey, if you talk to Glaza, mention, tell her to lighten up on work or to take a break. And he'll do
Mhm.
that and won't say that I said anything. But when it comes from him, it really lands.
Yeah.
It is that third party, that outside perspective that for all the reasons is needed sometimes. And
Yeah.
it's not
Mhm.
a negative for a relationship. I think it's just kind of the way things work sometimes. I don't know if you can avoid that, or unless you can really force yourself to hear them kind of externally, or to remove everything else before that and say, okay, now you are.
Yeah,
I'm going to really
it's
listen to
a
what you're saying.
it's a challenge if they're doing it. I think if it's for, it's the same. Not really the same, but it's one of those like listening tips, right? It's more of like you try to like understand, because it's hard to separate the speaker from the idea they're trying to speak, even though they're making sense. So it's actually a hard or very a challenge if you try to try to separate that, like, and then think deep, like about the message that they're saying. Not really you try to uh, uh disassociate the person from the advice. I think it's not saying the person is bad, but it's like it's hard to, like, it's actually making sense. Those kind of
Yeah,
realizations, like, but he might be, that guy may be an alcoholic, but it's actually making sense. Those kind of,
Yeah.
you know,
maybe spin it the other way, and
Bob.
then
Yeah.
you got to avoid the temptation as a spouse
Mhm.
partner to like, when you're right about something, to rub it in their face. You're like, see, I told
Mhm.
you.
Mm.
Shouldn't Aren't you
Yeah.
glad you listened to me? Even if it's not joking, that can prevent them from taking that advice in the future,
Yeah.
Hmm.
because they'll rub it in your face and like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
he's right, but I don't want him to know he's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It becomes a competition. It becomes like a um because the main thing is it's just like winning winning that moment. It would be about the advice anymore. It's just like winning the
Yeah. Yeah.
winning in that situation. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, I
Yeah,
know it's right, and then the
we know they're
competition
right
is gonna be,
because
yeah.
I'm not going to say
and
that they're right.
and then when the opportunity comes, when the other person's gonna be right, so that you're gonna expect the same thing. Like they're just gonna wait for you to mess up, and then like, yeah, told you. So it's
The
like,
slippery slope. And I
yeah.
think, my advice to anyone who's about to get married would be to um, to be aware of those things, because those it's a snowflake that turns into a snowball that turns into an
Hmm.
avalanche, and then it accumulates if it's not addressed and
Yeah.
broken
Hmm.
up. So communication is key, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is. It is. Communication
Hmm.
is key. It is. Like, over communicating is better than under communicating.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were.
And yeah.
Yeah, took you time to like think about what. I'm
I
also
don't
like
know.
struggling.
Is there a
What could be
word?
the opposite of
Is there?
over communicating? Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
you
know.
can
Is there a
you can
word?
just say communicating because it wouldn't make sense. It should be the negative. Because I was think like, what is she gonna
Or just.
use?
should be a
Under
better.
Is it?
communicating might be a real. Yeah.
But I learned over communication through you. It's
Am I over
like
communicating? I'm like
no.
testing you.
So,
What
sometimes
are you
no.
doing?
It's,
And I'm saying it to
no,
you, and
no,
also,
no. Well, to be honest, before when like I was still single, and I was observing like couples,
Mhm.
I like good morning, good night. People would text you good morning, good night. I before honestly, I was like, that's so tiring. That's
Mhm.
so tiring, and I'm like, and when I was
And then you
already
met me, and then like
wait,
that's the thing you're looking for.
no.
And I said, yeah, I understand. Yeah.
When I met you, I was like, oh no, I was a little bit like, what is, am I, should I say good morning and good night now all the time? It's like in my head. But no,
Hmm.
now it actually came naturally. Like
Yeah, just like
I didn't even know that I was already doing it, But initially that was when you were like,
mm,
courting me. It's like, oh my gosh, am I obliged to say good morning and
mhm.
good night now? It's like before I just slept.
Once you start, you can't stop either, because
Yeah.
Yeah,
now you set a precedent. Like,
yeah. Should I
he's not
could do
saying
this?
goodnight to
Yeah,
me anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
But change. No, it's actually like a what do you call this? Like something I don't even think about it. Like it's just like, oh, I'm going to sleep. Just like message good night. Then that's it. It doesn't. It's not even like
Yeah, it's
I'm thinking, should I say it or no?
yeah,
I'm just like, it's like a part of the.
yeah,
I know.
just to me
Now that you mention it,
no, no.
I'm
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
thinking. No,
say
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
no,
I'm
no more
kidding.
goodnight.
Now
But
that
No,
you
I
brought it,
like
now
I
that you brought
enjoy
it up, I'm thinking. Should I say goodbye? Okay. No.
But I
And
think, yeah,
but you know the you're aware of the love languages of
the
Oh
five.
yeah.
5 love
I think
languages, and we may
John
have talked
told me
about it on this
about that. Yeah.
podcast already, probably numerous
Mm,
times. But learn the other person's love language and learn what your love language is and
mm,
Yeah.
communicate that. Man, my guys and I had such a I don't know if it's a Filipino thing, so I don't want to belabel all Filipinos, but I will
mm,
say Glyza does not communicate much. Like there's not a lot of like I love yous. There's not a lot of like checking in.
mm,
Emotionally, it's kind of like we don't need to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it. We won't talk about it. Um,
mm,
and so I had to like we had to meet in the middle to where I was wondering if she was okay because she wasn't talking, but
mm.
everything was fine. And
Turns
I
out it was
come
fun. Yeah.
from a family that communicates, and
Mm,
she came from a family that probably doesn't communicate as much as they
mm,
should. So I feel like we've done a good job of finding that middle ground, um, where I won't request too much from her, but then she will give me more um,
mm.
than what she would normally give. Um, that's what makes it so beautiful. And but when they say marriage is work or marriage is hard work, I think that's a very like a
Accurate.
very tiring
Accurate.
way of describing like
Oh,
work.
Tiring.
I was gonna say
That's
yeah.
tiring.
Perfectly described. Oh, no, I'm
But
kidding.
I said this in my speech to my sister just got married to her fiance
It's
this
like
past
last month, right? Last
yeah
month.
last month,
Yeah.
and I told her during the bachelor party. I said, they say marriage is hard work or marriage is work, and like I don't like the way that sounds, but I also heard the saying of if you find something that you love, you never work a day in your life.
Mm,
So let's put the two together. If marriage is hard work, but you love the person, then you never work.
mm,
It's a passion
yeah.
project
Mm.
that you found,
Mm,
and you've got to be lucky enough to find the project that you love working on that doesn't feel like work, but you're willing to show up every day and do something.
mm,
That's what a good, healthy relationship is. It's making the effort
Yeah,
because you want to, not because it's work.
yeah. Yeah. I think people
that's
just
true.
say that because just so they know it's not, or just so to let you know that you have to do a lot of things. It's not just like, oh, it's marriage and then just it. Like it's maybe some people the work thing resonates with some other people, so that they, I don't know, they will take it seriously. Maybe they need the word work in there just so people will make an effort
Yeah,
to fix, not just like have that, yeah, marriage, so what, just keep doing the same thing that I do every day, but it's not right. It's a different stage of your life now, so you have to be, some adjustments and all those stuff. Oh yeah. So I think maybe some people would like, but I agree with Adam. Like, it does have like a negative, excuse me,
Con-
thing if you
yeah.
you just stop with that, like
Right.
yeah,
marriage is work, because a lot of people say that, right? A lot of people, they use that advice, or it's marriage is it's work, so blah blah, and then some people, they stop there. But yeah, but you can also like ask, like, so it gives like a negative um uh like a
Is
negative
that connotation? I don't.
connotation.
I'm
Yeah,
bad at
that's a
words.
good
I'm
word.
sorry.
Yeah, I think a negative, I'll just say thing, negative thing about it. Yeah. So generic. Generic there. But
Um,
yeah, I agree. Yeah, you should have to like, but it's
um,
it's not gonna feel, um you're not gonna get burned out,
right.
because if you sub work, you're
Yeah.
associated
I
with
mean,
burning out, right? That's kind of stuff.
I agree. I mean, in my perspective, like I mean, every relationship is work. I think. I mean, hard work can be a little bit negative, but I think it's also like a perspective wherein, if you really value this certain relationship, you'll work hard to keep it. You
Mm-hmm.
know. But yes, you don't have to like it won't be a burnout if you really love what it is. Like, I mean, I guess I can like related to work before when I was still a little bit immature. Like work is so stressful, but now I can handle that stress because I changed how my mindset. It like
Mm-hmm.
I changed my mindset. Like I can love what I do already, even though it's a little bit stressful. I can handle it. And it's the same with the relationships. I think that although I'm not,
A
a,
guru,
a
a guru,
guru
yeah,
a guru in
guru.
relationships, or like I'm not perfect in that area. Like it's yeah, it is work, like even not just romantic relationships, I mean in every type of relationships, friendships, family relationships.
Yeah.
So
Relationships
it's
that you value. Yeah.
yes. So it is hard, it is, you have to put in the effort, like even relationship with our and our Father in heaven, that's hard work. You have to really spend time with the
Mhm.
people you value. I mean, I don't know. So yeah, like, what can I say? Like, someone told me once that a marriage is a union of two forgivers, sinners and forgivers. So it's like you have to constantly forgive. I mean, it's not because every relationship have just maybe not big conflict of just a tiny conflict, but there will be conflict if both of you are really that close, and like you constantly meet or something. Eventually, I mean, you will disagree on something, but
Mhm.
you know uh going back to grace, like just forgive one another, though again, I'm not expert on that, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's one of the things that
Mhm.
you'll have to learn.
I
And you'll
remember
never
the
be
Mm.
pastor
perfect.
said earlier where someone says like they're not really him and his like it was saying starting someone was sharing like they don't really like there's a couple that says that they don't really fight, but turns out they're not really talking a lot, so
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
they're not really
they
fighting.
don't
Never
they
the
don't
same
fight, but
room.
because
They never
They don't
talk.
fight like yeah.
And
I just
very cool.
it's even like a
I was just on what you were saying. He says like a marriage is one thing where you're tied like legally and like as of God, like you're kind of obligated. But, like if you think about a marriage or a relationship with like a family member or a friend that you don't technically have to maintain. That is the reason why friendships are broken. Is you are giving more than you're receiving, or vice versa. You're receiving more than you're willing to give, and that's how they end. That's how
right.
marriages fall apart. When
Yeah.
there's not an equal
Hi,
amount
buddy.
being shared between the two.
hi.
Oh, well,
Oh, fell.
that's how it
I
all
don't know.
falls apart. It's
Right.
it's an equal and opposite reaction to each other,
Yeah.
and the forgiving and the sinning is got to be equal. If one person's doing all the sinning and the other person's doing all the forgiving, um, obviously there's an imbalance there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a
True.
good
Yeah.
But
relationship.
um,
I was thinking other word other than
the
relationship, but yeah,
our house is kind of falling apart. The guys
yeah,
I understand.
probably needs help with the girls. I tried to get her to
Yeah.
come back. I was texting her, but
yeah,
I don't know if she can break off from the
yeah.
girls. So
Mm.
It's probably like this even.
You need
we might
We
be
also
close.
didn't.
the Galay needs help.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm wrapping it up soon. But
yeah.
I'm so glad. I really wish we had Liza here. Me. Can we do this setup next time? Next week? We can do morning times if it's easier for you, Issa. I really want you to be
It's all
here.
good.
Yeah, it's
I
easier. I think this time is here also. Yeah, that
Let's do
setup
next.
is actually good if you can set up like a um. Yeah, it's a good space.
Yeah,
I
Some
like
good
your
chair.
virtual background.
Yeah, that look like yeah
I
that
not real.
like.
that
I'm gonna
does look
start with
like the those virtual
Yeah.
backgrounds you use at in Teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
it
does look
does.
like that. Home office. It's like a home
He's
office.
got two iMacs. There's another one right
Yeah.
there. It's
Why would you
crazy.
need two IMAX to? So it's just
He said this one's better, so he's like, use this one. So
probably the a newer one,
yeah,
right?
this is a newer
Yeah.
one.
But I like the office too. Yeah, it does
Yeah.
give like the Teams background vibes.
Yeah.
To,
It's so. I think that an interior decorator
So
helped him
classic.
with
yeah,
the
it's really good. Yeah,
whole house. So
with the
very tasteful.
painting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very tasteful.
Yeah.
With the grandfather clock too. I wish I could show you the front. I can't move the computer like that, but we're really enjoying staying here, and they love having us with the kids. As crazy
Yeah,
as it is, my
I
grandparents
I
just
imagine.
bet.
love
Yeah.
two
Yeah,
girls.
I bet they love like hearing other people in the
Yeah.
house. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah,
At least that's what they say. I have a suspicion that we're annoying them, but they keep saying that they love it. So
Yeah, I think
At least
yeah.
one more week.
Mm.
Sounds yeah.
But I think that's probably a southern thing. Like southern people in the United States are very like
Mhm.
we're very hospitable, and then we're also very careful to not overstay our welcome. So
Yeah.
I'm sensitive to like keeping
Just
the house
to
clean and not breaking anything, and cooking when I can and cleaning when I can. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
there's both ways. You can be hospitable, and you can also be a good.
yes, like a good yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Hmm.
That's true.
yeah, that's the
True.
balance. The sinning and the
Hmm.
forgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balance.
Can
That's
call
the
it
other
like
word
the
that we talked
Balance.
today. It's grace
grace
and balance.
balance. Yeah, it's a good title. I'm gonna use that as a title. Grace and balance. Yeah.
Astronomer, CEO.
Astronomer CEO.
Astronomer
Grace
CEO.
and balance, and then it says astronomer CEO.
And we gotta break
Extending
down his
grace to them.
relationship. There's an imbalance in his relationship, I'm sure, with his ex-wife.
Mm.
oh
Something
yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, yeah. Yeah.
It's
God bless him. He's.
you just
I hope he still turns out fine. I'm just
yeah.
his family,
I think
especially his family. Yeah. Oh,
he,
okay. Because I would imagine, like even though no one's, you don't hear people talking about you, you're gonna feel or even though like there's that you're gonna feel like people are talking about you, even though they're not really.
you're already conscious
Yeah,
and
you're gonna have that discomfort already.
yeah.
Yeah. You would even like be ashamed going to maybe just a Publix, Publix, which is the grocery store or that stuff. That yeah, it
Yeah.
will be
Or Watson's.
yeah, or what's this here? Yeah,
Yeah.
those kind of stuff. Yeah, feel her. Hope
But
they
yeah.
hope
I
they'll be
mean
fine. Yeah,
but yeah, when you hit rock bottom there's I don't know, like
yeah. Yeah, I don't think
there's
it's
no
rock
way in
bottom
hell
yet for him. I think he's probably has a lot of.
or just
It's just
a
a shame.
bottom
No,
but
the
like
shame,
Shame.
shame. Those stuff. Yeah,
Shame,
but
shame. I
yeah.
know your name.
yeah.
But
I mean,
again, like you
mhm.
know, those are the type of people we have to extend grace to. And then
True.
we'll
They're,
see
they're the
like
ones who need it the
yeah.
most.
This is
Like
like
the
that
most.
was like a Dale conclusion.
Yeah.
Only Dale can make a conclusion better than that, Issa.
Mhm.
That's the
Dale.
grace.
I was telling Louis, can you guys have the
Oh
baby
yeah, the baby
AI
AI
with
thing.
your
Yeah,
pour?
I'm gonna try to. Yeah,
I
it,
want
it does it does take time, but it's fun. When I was looking at the output, yeah, it's fun. It's so good. Yeah,
I
AI.
kept watching that one. It's like it just kept on
Oh,
replay.
that's my favorite one. If we could do it would be good to do the baby AI ones when we're talking about relationship stuff because it's
Yeah,
like
I just maybe I'll find like a shorter clip like we can do, and then maybe I'll do this. It's like babies like giving life advice, saying
yeah.
grace. Babies like saying talking about forgiving and stuff. Yeah, it's fun
Mature.
because those AI stuff are like really good. That's the one I found other stuff that are other AI tools that are not as good. Like there's a lot of like a robot thing you see. That one I saw where I posted that was like the best one. Where like it's so they're so good like the gestures with the mouth thing. It's
No.
so accurate with what I'm saying. Yeah, and it's getting better now where I see tools where they include. I think I told you like they include ads now. There's AI tools who can incorporate this too where you're gonna send them a video of you doing this, and then they're gonna generate an AI version of like not an AI version, like maybe a character version of you, whichever you want. You can think of. You can make yourself like an alien, even or like a Pixar character, like doing this too. So
Mm,
yeah,
I like where this is headed.
yeah. But yeah, this is a good idea. I'm gonna do right to the baby face, and then
Yeah.
giving life advice to the astronomer CEO, like telling people not to cheat. Yeah.
I think it's good. I mean, we're a little bit late on the astronomer CEO topic, but I think it's still we're
Yeah, it's still gonna be there. Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about it.
good.
So do you want to do the is this where we do the
The picture thing. Yeah, so I think you know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just so
But
can have a thumbnail. So we're gonna do it. I'm just gonna count it three, two, one,
let
and
me,
then that's
wait, let me see
that's
if
gonna
Glass
be.
well no, we'll leave Glass out.
Yeah,
It's,
just leave her out. I'm just gonna go.
okay.
So look at the
how do
camera.
we
I'm just gonna count, and then it's this gonna be like the um whichever pose you want that you think might relate to our topic, but it could be just any. You can just smile at the camera or just like do something. Okay, so I'm just gonna count. Three, two, one, and go.